explains that neither time nor space are absolute quantities by asking us to imagine a meter stick lying on the floor of a room with one end against a wall. Bright lights are shining from the ceiling and the other wall. Now let us rotate the meter stick while looking at its shadows on the wall and the floor. At first, the shadow on the floor is almost equal to 1 meter in length, and the length of the shadow on the wall is very small. As we rotate the stick toward the vertical, the shadow on the floor becomes shorter and that on the wall becomes longer. When the stick is vertical, the shadow on the wall is 1 meter in length. It turns out that something similar happens in the case of special relativity. As the speed of an object increases, its length, in the direction of motion, becomes shorter, while the intervals become longer. It's interesting that the professor chooses this particular example to demonstrate the conclusions and consequences of the theory of special relativity. It's especially interesting because the Quran used the same analogy in its verses. In chapter 25, verses 45 and 46, it says, "Have you not considered your Lord, how he extended the shadow, and if he willed, he could have made it stationary? Then we, God, made the sun its guide. Then we, God, reduced it little by little." The scientific explanation for this verse is as follows. Have you not considered your Lord, how he extended the shadow, and if he wished, he could have made it stationary, as in following Newton's theory model of absolute rest frame? Then we, God, made the sun its guide, since the speed of light of the sun is the only absolute constant. Then we, God, reduced it, which refers to length contraction little by little, which refers to time dilation. In this one verse, the Quran addresses the various aspects of what we now call the theory of special relativity, length contraction, time dilation, and the speed of light as being the only constant. Additionally, the Quran warns us that God could transform our lives from Einstein's physics to Newtonian physics if he wished. And this is possible because God did not just discover the theories of physics, he actually created them. So the next time you respond to someone's question with "it depends" and they get mad at you for not giving them a definite answer, remind them of Einstein's most famous theory of special relativity, and they might just forgive you for it.